Our group is doing, are you ready?
1 second. Here we go.
Our group is doing If I Ran the Zoo by Dr. Seuss. It's a pretty good zoo, said young Gerald McGrew, and the fellow who runs it seems proud of it too.
But if I ran the zoo,
said young Gerald McGrew,
I'd make a few changes, that's just what I do.
The lions and tigers and things of that stuff they have up here now are not quite good enough. You see these things in just any old zoo. They're awfully old-fashioned. I want something new.
So I open every door, unlock each pen, let the animals go, and start over again. And somehow or other, I think I could find some beasts of a much more unusual kind.
A 4-footed lion's not much of a beast. The one in my zoo will have 10 feet at least, 5 legs on the left and 5 more on the right. Then people will stare and they'll say, what a sight! This zookeeper, Newkeeper Gerald's quite keen. That's the gall-darndest lion I ever have seen.
My new zoo McGrew Zoo will make people talk. My new zoo McGrew Zoo will make people gawk at the strangest odd creatures that ever did walk. I'll get for my zoo a new sort of a hen who roosts in another hen's top knot, and then another one roosts in the top knot of his, and another and his, and another and his, and another and his. By golly gee whiz!
But that's just a start. I'll do better than that. They'll see me next day in my zookeeper's hat coming into my zoo with an elephant cat. They'll be so surprised that I'll swallow their gum. They'll ask when they see my strange animals come, where do you suppose he gets things like that from? His animals all have such very odd faces, I'll bet he must hunt them in rather odd places.
Yes, that's what I'll do,
said young Gerald McGrew.
If you want to catch beasts you don't see every day, you have to go places quite out of the way. You have to go places no one can get to.
I'll catch 'em in caves and I'll catch 'em in brooks. I'll catch 'em in crannies, I'll catch 'em in nooks that you don't read about in geography books. I'll catch 'em in countries that no one can spell, like the country of Montefapel. In a country like that, if a hunter is clever, he'll hunt up some beast that you never saw ever.
I'll load up 5 boats with a family of jotes, whose feet are like cows but wear squirrel skin coats, and sit down like dogs that have voices of goats, excepting they can't hit the very high notes.
I'll capture one tiny, I'll capture one cute. I'll capture a deer that no hunter would shoot. A deer that's so nice you could sleep in your bed if it weren't for the horns that he has on his head.
Speaking of horns that are just a bit queer, I'll bring back a very odd family of deer. A father, a mother, 2 sisters, a brother, whose horns are connected from one to the other, whose horns are so mixed you can't tell them apart, can't tell where they end and can't tell where they start. Each deer's mighty puzzled. He's never yet found if his horns are hers or the other way round.
In the far western part of southeast North Dakota lives a very fine animal called the Iota. But I'll capture one who is even much finer. In the northeast and west part of South Carolina. When people see him, they'll say,
well, by thunder,
this zookeeper's really a wonder.
I'll capture them fat, I'll capture them scrawny, I'll capture a scragglefoot mulligatawny, a high-stepping creature as fast as the wind from the blistering deserts of the island of Zid. Beasts the brave chieftains ride when they want to go fast or find some place to hide. A mulligatawny is fine for my zoo, and so is a chieftain. I'll bring back one too.
I'll go to the African island of Yurka and bring back a Tisseltops tufted mazurka. A kind of canary with quite a tall throat. His neck is so long if he swallows an oat for breakfast the first day of April, they say. It has to go down such a very long way that it gets to his stomach the 15th of May.
I'll catch a big bug. That's very surprising. A feller who has a propeller for rising and zooming around making cross-country stops. From Texas to Boston in only 2 stops. Now that sort of thing for a bug is just tops. And when I've caught him, the next thing you know, I'll go and I'll capture a wild tic-tac-toe with X's that win and zeros that lose. He'll look mighty fine in this zoo of McGrews.
Then the whole town will gasp, why, this boy never sleeps. No keeper before ever kept what he keeps. There's no telling what this young fellow will do. And then, just to show them, I'll sail to Catrue and bring back an Itkuch, a Preep, and a Prue, a Nurgle, a Nerd, and a Seersucker too. Then I'll hunt in the jungles of Hippo-no-Hungus and bring back a flock of wild Bippo-no-Bungus. The Bippo-no-Bungus from Hippo-no-Hungus are better than those out in Dippo-no-Dungus, and smarter than those out in Nippo-no-Nungus. And that's why I'll hunt them in Hippo-no-Hungus instead of those others in Nungus and Dungus.
And when people see these bips all abounding, they'll say, why, this new keeper's simply astounding. He travels so far, you'd think he would drop. When do you suppose this young fellow will stop?
Stop? Well, I should, but I won't stop until I've captured a Phizimo-Whizzamadill, the world's largest bird from the island of Wark, who only eats pine trees and spits out the bark.
And when I've caught him in my park, the whole world will say, young McGrew's made his mark. He's built a zoo better than Noah's whole ark. These marvelous, wonderful beasts he chooses have made him the greatest of all the McGrewses.
Wow! They'll all cheer! What this zoo must be worth! It's the gold darndest zoo on the face of the earth!
Yes, that's what I'd do, said young Gerald McGrew.
I'd make a few changes if I ran the zoo.